chat box. This one is for those that are active here. You'll put the link on the chat box. So please do well to check it out for yourself. You can copy the video and keep it somewhere so you can watch after the class. All right. So remember in risk management, when we say risk management, 3 things happen in risk management. The first thing is number one is you need to be able to minimize your loss, maximize profit, and preserve capital. People like to forget about the preserving capital part of things. So preserving capital has to do with simply waiting out some trades and sitting on the sidelines until something very tangible occurs before you strike. So yeah, you can go ahead and watch the video, and you'll definitely enjoy that. Okay. So today is 28th, and then on the news we just have a couple of yellow orange folder news, and then nothing too serious on the market today. So we can go ahead and check out the analysis that we have for this week. Okay. So I'll start with AUD. I'll start with AUD card. I don't have much. Start with AUD card. We'll probably look at 1 or 2 synthetic indices, and then we'll call it a day. Like I said, we are probably waiting. We are basically waiting, so we don't have much to do. So you see, this is our area of interest where we're coming from, the higher time frame. Price has finally mitigated it. And what are you seeing here? You see, when higher time frame gives me something, and I have another reason to trade alongside that higher time frame direction or instruction, it's always very good for me. All right. Remember when we drew this line a couple of days or last week? We said that when price gets here, we look to sell. Now, what did price do? Price has gotten to this area. I can also look at
We
this
can't
place
see
as
you.
other.
Good morning. We can't see
Can you
you.
see
We
my
are only
screen?
Trading
yeah,
view.
we
Ah,
are seeing the
okay,
calendar.
wait,
The
wait.
calendar we are seeing.
Okay, wait.
Forest Factory.
Okay. Is it up now?
No, it's still the calendar we are seeing.
Forest Factory. Yes.
We can see the chart now.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. So as I was saying, when we have something on the higher time frame that when we have an area, okay, like I said, we drew this area here from last week, this guy, and then this other block. So what has happened now is that price has traded its way back to this point of interest of ours, and then today has gone on to do what? Today has gone on to sweep yesterday high. You see, I don't just like to trade this liquidity sweep just like that. Or if I have this liquidity sweep aligning with something, let me say I had like a higher time frame point of interest like this, or a key level that I wanted to probably buy or sell from. And then when price gets to that place, in this case, it is sell. When price gets to that place, we're now gonna have it. We're now gonna have a previous candle high sweep like this. It's always a very good sign that the sellers may be coming into the market. All right. So this was what I spotted this morning, and it's a very good sign that maybe we can start having our sell anytime from now. Okay. So as you can see, the 4 hours is trying to expand. Okay. You see that about 44 minutes before the 4 hours finish, before the 4 hours candle finish the expansion. What we are seeing here is that it's aligning. You see, daily has swept. We have come into high time frame POI. Daily has swept previous day high. H4 now is trying to expand. Okay. So we're looking for H1 to give us a trading opportunity. But currently in this range, there is I can't spot a fair value gap yet. All right, you see, that's the last thing we look out for. You see, we have daily sweep. We are currently trying to expand to the 4 hours, and then normally H1 should be showing us, where we can possibly trade from. But the problem now is that I'm not seeing any fair value gap presenting itself. So maybe when this expansion is finished, maybe 1 hour we can do another new expansion and then give us that fair value gap before if I don't see it, I most likely will not even enter the trade. What is left is for us to get our entry model. Okay, what is left for us to get our entry model? When we get our entry model, we are going to. Is that okay? All right. So that's that. I hope you are hearing me that my network is unstable. Probably due to the let's go to.
It's not too stable.
Titobang, your network is not stable at all.
Yes, I was kicked out. I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Better now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. I left the call. I am back now. Okay. All right. So that's that for AUD card. Let's go to the next currency. Okay. So the same thing is happening for AUD USD, right? You see that we had this expansion that was here. You can see this is like it's also to the downside, right? So price has traded its way back to that expansion, and now the daily time frame now is doing that same thing that we saw on AUD card. So you see that the previous day's candle is being swept by today's candle. So that is a good indication. All right, that's a good indication that price may likely begin the move. But you see, this part I'm just telling you now, that is just like the step one. You know, there's step two and there's step three. So what is the step two? The step two is that price should do what? Price should align with what we're having on the daily time frame. And that is what? By giving us an expansion, as you can see here. Can you see that we are currently expanding to the downside? Let me go back to the line chart. So that we are currently trying to break structure to start a move, all right, to the downside. So that's step two. So now what's step three? Step three is 1 hour time frame giving us fair value gap and a trading opportunity. So you see, AUD USD is looking better than AUD card in terms of entry opportunity. So what are you seeing here is that we had this high, this area being swept, and then price has come to break structure here. All right. And then it has left behind what? Some imbalances in the market. Okay. So you can expect price to do what? To trade back into those imbalances before they fall. So if I'm to trade AUD USD, I'll just take it from this high like this. All right. I'll take it from this. You see this other this fair value gap is aligning with the key level. You see how price was staying around here for a long time. Can you see? So maybe if price should close, let me go back to the 4 hours. We still have about 39 minutes on here. So if we confirm this change of character like this, let me draw. If we confirm this change of character like this, like, I mean, within these 39 minutes, this candle still remains bearish, not the one that the candle will go and close with a weak no. Okay? If we can maintain this momentum like this, then we can go to 1 hour time frame and look at taking a trade from this other block or key level. That is this fair value gap or key level that is here. Okay? So this is how the trade is going to be. All right? That's how the trade is going to look. Okay? So you see how we are doing it. See how we build it from scratch. You see how we build it from scratch. We have been waiting for a very long time. Price came back to our area on the daily time frame. Previous this candle now is sweeping yesterday's candle. H4 is giving us break of structure. H1 is showing us fair value gap. So you see that our rules have been met. All right. So what we're waiting for now to just complete it is that in the next 38 minutes here, this candle closes bearish and that this thing is not touched, then and if ever gap is still active, it's still valid. It's FBG here is still valid. That's that for AUD USD. We have a step-by-step, we have a rule-based system. That's what I talked about last time. We have a rule-based system. Everything that we do, even down to the way we place, our stop losses, everything is well accounted for. We don't come into the market and just trade based on, our emotions or whatever. We follow a system, and that is what we want to be bringing to you in the month of November. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment to tell us that we are going to be having a mega trading summit coming up on the 8th of November in Abuja. Okay, we're having a mega trading summit coming up on the 8th of November in Abuja. So if there's anybody here that is in Abuja, feel free to come around. If you have a friend or family, or a loved one that is in Abuja, please tell them to come around. The venue is Valencia Hotels. Valencia, let me just type it up. The venue is Valencia Hotels, Wuse 2. Okay, so that is going to be the that's the venue of the trading summit on the 8th of November 2025. I've just dropped the details on the platform. Okay, 9 a.m. All right, so Valencia Hotels on the 8th of November 2025, Abuja. We are going to be coming to share some of the good news that we have to share from World Trade and everything. And then we hope to see you there. So if you're not going to be there, tell a friend to tell a friend. And then we hope to have a large crowd that day. And I look forward to seeing some of us here on that day in Abuja. Okay. So the flyers are already going around on the groups. So I hope you have seen it. And if you have not seen it, I've brought this information to you. So we see you there. Oh, okay. So Euro GBP, I'm going to give you a re-entry. Well, this one is flying upward. I don't know where this momentum is coming from. Why you see? Because we did not have anything from. Oh well, it happens like that sometimes. Okay. I need to give a re-entry. Yesterday had a buy opportunity. I need to give a re-entry here. But the thing is, if the price should run to this draw on liquidity first, you see, Euro GBP we have been buying since we took this low. Where is it? Okay, since we took this this order block here, this guy here, we have been buying here. So you see, as at this point, somewhere around here, let me zoom in so I can remember the place. We had a missed entry here. We called out the trade here. This guy was supposed to be our entry. This guy here was also touch here. We had a buy around here like this, and then we covered this low. We were supposed to trade all the way up, but this was a missed entry here, unfortunately. But you see that our bias is correct. Our trade was correct. So there was another trade here, and then there was another one here. So this one now triggered yesterday. I wanted to give a re-entry call for this one, but it's as if price is not looking to play that re-entry for now. So what we'll do, if this trade gets to this place first, right? If it gets to the draw on liquidity, of course, you know that story is over. So the story started from down here. The story started from all the way down here, and then it has done what it has come to deposit. It's going to go to deposit all this thing here. That's the draw on liquidity. So that's where price is always dragging to. Okay, if we have something like this, and then price comes here to to start the story from here, it's going to come here to finish the story. So that's what is happening for Euro GBP. Okay, let me see something on the 4 hours. Okay, the 4 hours is giving a fully bullish engulfing at this point. Can you see it? Can you see this fully bullish engulfing formation that is currently happening like this? All right. The thing is, I don't know if price would like to come down before going on, but if it does, in the next 33 minutes, the entry can be around here. The entry can be around somewhere here. Okay. If price will be kind enough to do another drop, since this one now is gone, and then H4 has done a new expansion. So maybe we can look for a trade here. It was going to be a small trade because we have to cover the low. Please, I don't know whose mic is on. Please turn off your mic. Please turn off your mic till when you want to say something. All right. So that is the view And the momentum is very strong. But you know, if we get to this place first, then we'll have to cancel the trade. The reason why I wanted to call this place out for us is because we had a very nice order block here on the 1 hour time frame. Let me show you so that in case it's yet another time when you can pick it up. We had this order block here, and then we had what? We had like a QMR setup. If you check here, there was a sweep of liquidity here. Let me draw it out. There was a sweep of liquidity here. There was a break of structure, and there was what? And there was inducements build up. So I was thinking, okay, maybe price can do one last push, sweep this place, and then this entry and this one can go together. But this one has decided to make the move on its own, and it looks like we may hit TP before another re-entry. So it's okay. We're definitely going to have another opportunity next time. Okay. So EG was always very bullish, and we're not surprised. And that is that for that guy. All right, no problem. So GBP AUD, we are here. We're inside our demand. What I really want for GBP AUD is if he can just give us this candle low sweep, and then we start to buy. That would be very, very strong confluence. Right, that would be very strong, more extra confluence that we want to buy. But no problem. What we want is, I want a very solid, at least it's a solid 4 hours expansion, because you see the one that is happening here is not strong enough. There's a very big pullback that is happening here, and also it's as if there is another block that is still looking like it will be mitigated down here. So that is why whatever is happening here is still seeming very like a liquidity build up for me. Is that okay? So unless I have a very proper H4 expansion, or price should come and touch here and give the expansion, then I'll be waiting for GBP AUD. Is that okay?
Yeah, Citibank.
That's
Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, this same pair, the other block you just spotted on the 4 hours chart is a good one. So we can also go down to the lower time frame, say 1 hour chart, if we can have another smaller other block inside that one too, so that it can give us a very good year. Yes, see that small bullish candle beside the big bearish one. You can use a red yes, that zone. So for those who may who may be looking for zones where they want to take the trade with very small risk, so that zone will not be the ideal zone we may be looking at, and then some pips below, some few pips below it as your stop loss. So from here, if price comes into that zone, there's a high possibility that you could have it bounce from there. So that stop is too close. You can push it down a bit, maybe some 10, 15 pips. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. So we can put an eye on it and see how price would fare. We'll give price chance to come into that zone. We have the first bigger one, and then the medium one, and then the smaller one. So once it comes into the medium one, we begin to pay attention how price is going to react. Like Citibank used to say, before you take your trade, you must see a change of character on this maybe 1 minute chart. Once it comes into that zone, once you see a change of character on the 1 minute chart, and then you can now position yourself to take that trade. This kind of trade, sometimes with a very small stop of 10, 15 pips, you could catch up to 4 or 5 times of that risk, or even more, even sometimes as much as 10 times of that risk. If you carefully pick it, the way we have gone down to the lower time frame to pick the other block. So that's it. Thank you. I just wanted to add to that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. So don't go. We are going to gold now. We are going to gold now. So okay. Mr. Jerry, do you want to take it?
Yes, sir. The gold is giving us something interesting. Yesterday, I told us when we're at that top, where we have that reaction at yesterday's high, I was telling us the price is still going to come down to that zone where we drew. Now, on hitting that zone, go to the lower time frames, 15 minutes. You will see that there was no reasonable change of character. There was no bounce. You can see how the price was just going down. There was no bounce. Even if you go to I've been watching the 5 minutes chart since to see if I can see a good bounce or change of character. You can see in that zone, there was no reasonable one on hitting that zone, apart from the ones that happen at the top. Now, if you plot your Fibonacci again from the low that we took it yesterday to the high, the monthly high.
From this time frame.
No.
Should I go to high time frame?
On the daily.
Okay.
On the daily. I want us to see where the hair is. Take it from that low. From that low.
This one?
No, not from there. Where the trend started from. Zoom out. Let's see yes, from that. Yes, from there. Yes, from there. Take it to the high. You see that place is 38.2. Did you see 38.2, that line? Yes, that line. Now, if you just put a line on that line so that we can go back to the lower time frame. Then also put a line on the 50 and then 60% as well. These are zones we need attention to. Put a line on the 50, put a line on the 61% as well. Good. So go back to the lower time frame, the 5 minutes chart, where we were trying to see if we could get a change.
Let me take off the Fibonacci.
5 minutes. Yes, go to 5 minutes. Go to 5 minutes chart. Yes, so you can see that's the line. That's the line we dropped there. On that line, there was no change in character. Price was kept on making a lower low. If they try to make a pullback, an upward move, price they would get rejected again to make a lower low. So there was no change in character on the lower time frame here. So at this point, those of us that may want to take the trade in that zone, it's a red flag for us. So we keep on watching until we see a change in character on the lower time frame. This zone is a cautious zone. Now, what we have now is that price has traded down that zone. All the major candles, the hourly candles, the 4 hours candles are all closing bearish. In the next 26 minutes, the current 4-hour candle will come to a close. Once that candle closes the way it is, please go to the 4 hours for people to see. Yes. Can you expand the chart a bit so that we can see? Good. So if the candle closes the way it is, it means the bearish move is going to continue. Now, when it continues, where is it going to? It's coming to the next zone where we have the 50% line that we drew. That's the one below it. Where we have the line at 3,846. Yes, good. So what we are going to do at this point, the trade we can take today now is that we are going to wait for a pullback. If we see a pullback on the 15 minutes, we cannot join the sell down to 3,846. So go to 15 minutes chart for us to see the pullback. Let's look at 15 minute chart. Good. So on this 15-minute chart, look at where that line is. That 3,970. That line is, there's a bullish candle. Yes, can you put another line where that major bullish candle is? So there are 2 of them. The first one, yes, that one inside the orange line, in orange zone. Please put a line below that bullish candle. That blue candle. No. The one below it, where your cursor is, 3,960. 3,960. 3,960, where your cursor is.
Okay. That's this
3,960. No. 3,960. You are 3,936. 3960. Just go to 3960.
Yes,
You are
I think the network is lagging. I'm at 3960. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm seeing your cursor at, okay, good now. Yes, that place, 3960.
Yes, I think.
Yes, put a line there.
One of us.
Yes, put a line there. Put a line there. And then put another, yes, you can use a shade. Put on that bullish candle. Then there's another one at around 3940, just at the tip of that low, the bottom of that orange shape. Yes, very good. That's number 1. Number 2, the one below it, where you have the bottom of that orange shape. No, yes, very good, very good. So these are the two zones. For you can extend the second one down to where you have the smallest. Yes, yeah, no, just use one and expand it downward. Just use the one at the top and expand it downward to cover the small candle. Yes, like that. Good. That is it. So once the 4 hours candle closes, the trade for today is going to be a pullback into that zone. Once we have a pullback into that zone, we can take ourselves from there and our stop just likely above that area. Now our take profit will be the next major support zone where we drop the line, the 50% line. Now remember, that 50% line is the 50% Fibonacci of the major upswing that has happened for the past 2 months or thereabout. So we also need to be careful. Once we take our sell and price begin to dip down to that zone, we'll begin to take caution and take our profit, because there could also be a very strong buy from there. So this is going to be the trade for today. If price pushes down into that 50% zone, we can also watch and see if we can have a very powerful change in character and buying pressure for us to now take a buy. So that is it from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry. We have heard it all. So it's for us to be very, very cautious. Okay, so for me, I just think the bearishness has started, or at least temporarily we are bearish, right? After this major low was taken, with this candle. Okay, so in the next 1 hour, 21 minutes, this candle will close. So if we still close with this momentum that we are having, then we can expect a pullback, then we continue. And then you see, this aligns with what we have been talking about in the last few weeks, where we have a major low like this, and then price comes to sweep the major low with the body, right? With the body of the candle. So you see, what we expect at this point is just a pullback to the most recent expansion or other block, and then we continue selling. Is that okay? So you see, this aligns with what we have been learning. So if we close below here with the body, we expect a pullback, then we continue the downside movement. I think there's something that happened. Something like this happened on I think GBP CHF. Can you imagine? The guy has run to take profit. Can you see? We talked about this yesterday. You see, but we have a major low like this. This was on the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame, right? You see, price took this place with the body. I think also on the weekly, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. See, the weekly, the daily close, you see, there's a body closure below this major low point here that was here. Can you see this structure point? We close here. So what we expect is we just go to the next time frame, the lower time frame. Where is the last expansion or break of structure or whatever you want to call it that will fund that funded that move to break the body? That is most likely where price likes to go to react from. And you can see, we marked this out yesterday. You see, we marked this out yesterday, and we said that price will come inside this place. So what we just wanted was a 4 hours fair value gap, and that was there. Don't write off the power of key level, okay? You see, we had this key level here. You see how price has been around here for a long time, and then it now did what? It now took here, leaving behind this fair value gap. So it was bound to happen that when price comes inside this place, it will sell, and that's what happened. Okay. Let me see. The one I would have given okay, this was the last one. This was the last tradable opportunity on this trade. So this is where, if you missed all the other entries, would have entered from here, SL here. I am take profit down here, because this last place here, there is another, see, it's like an expansion again. See, 1, 2. So there is an order block that funds that break of short to the downside. And then there's also fair value gap. And then coinciding with all of that is a what? Is a buildup of liquidity. Equal high liquidity is being built inside of here. So it goes without saying that price will do what? Price will just sweep this guy and then do what? And then fall. Is that okay? So I remember we touched this yesterday, and I'm sure we can see the way price respects all these things. November is coming, so let's prepare ourselves for November. We want to really share this information with people so that they know how to do it on their own, and then they don't get stuck. And then, of course, there will be continuous support being offered to people that will join the program. So it's not that after the program you are left alone. No, we still follow up, and then there's a very major incentive that is cooking that we're going to share with you when it's ready. So that is that.
Yeah,
that is that. You can
Tito,
see-
thank you. Let me also talk about that. This
Okay.
going to be the first of its kind mentorship program we want to do. We want to start with this. It's going to be online based, but from next year, we are going to also have it as an offline thing somewhere in Lagos. So, but for this one, please, we want to encourage every one of us that if you have been getting value from what we've been doing and you believe that this is a place you think you can pitch your tent with, please do well to join us on this mentorship program. We are all going to be trading together. We are going to pour out all what we have upstairs for everyone to also, learn. Please invite your friends. We want it to be a full house. It's going to be exclusive for those who are going to subscribe to this, and we're making it very, very accessible for everyone. So it's not expensive. It's like our Christmas promo for those who want to get some Christmas gifts. It's going to last for almost a month, throughout the month of November. So please, let's make noise about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry. Thank you. So you have heard it all. And then, so just position yourself and then we'll get started. All right. So GBP card is not giving what I want. We had a weekly, you see, we're quite bullish on this guy. We've been going on. And then this week that we currently are took the previous week. So what I'm expecting was for the daily time frame to align by giving me a change of, like this time frame should give me a break of structure. All right. So yesterday tried to, sweep the low and come for the high. But now, you see, it's not giving us what we want with this huge pullback. So we are just waiting for this guy. There's something that happened on this pair. Let me see if I can remember. I think it's on the weekly or monthly. Let me share this with you. Okay. Monthly took previous month high. So, I said I don't really trade the monthly time frame, but when it occurs to me, I used to check it out. So the weekly now did what? Now expanded. Can you see? There was an expansion on the weekly time frame. Now the daily does what? The daily has not only printed this key level here, it also went on to do what? To break here, leaving behind what? The fair value gap that I seen there. So you see, this is a point where if the buyers are not strong enough to take this trade, let me say it is a weak retracement up to this place. This is a point where we can sell from. Is that okay? But if I spot that the buyers are coming in strong, there's a very powerful, reaction from the buyers, then I'm going to hold off for the sell and join the buyers. Is that okay? So monthly time frame gave instruction, weekly aligned, daily is giving a very good something. So what we want now is for whatever is coming back to that entry should not be very strong, because if it's strong, then we have to cancel the sell. But if it's a weak retracement coming back up here, then you see this let me draw this area here is an area that will be very appealing to me. Okay, so I think every other thing that is here is something I've talked about in the past. GJ, I want to buy from here. I want to just talk about I don't think we did Syntex yesterday, so I want us to do a quick check. Okay, yes, everything that is remaining, I've talked about it before. It's simply all our point of interest, you see, that we want price to come in and trade. Okay, I talked about USD CAD also. You see, 4 hours. 4 hours. This is after we took here with a body. This is the expansion that has not yet been touched. So I'm expecting USD CAD to fall here, and then we play. So the same thing. Our USD CHF is still valid. It's not invalid yet. It's not a short term something. So just be patient with it while price plays around before coming back. And then, of course, we have touched the gold and we know what we are looking out for. Okay. So for the next, what's the time? For the next 5 to 10 minutes, let's see what we have on World Trade synthetics. Okay, let's see what we have for World Trade synthetics. You see, whenever we don't have actual trading opportunities, we just like to give directions. Okay, so for Vol 20, let me just give us something. And give us something. Now, you know what I just finished saying about, I was finishing about a major low and high sweep. If price sweeps with a wick or if price sweeps with a candle, I'm very sure we know that by now. If at this point you are still not very conversant, you know where to be. Okay, you know where to be. So after taking this low that we had here, you see that we started buying. We have been buying very, very aggressively ever since we took here with a wick, and then coinciding with that wick, with that major low sweep, you see that weekly took the previous week. It took the previous week candle here, and that was how we were able to trade up here. So even if you don't want to trade long term, you would have had a small trade from here to here. Okay. Now moving on. Oh, okay. Why is this thing not switching now? Thank you for the notification. I believe it's up now. It's supposed to switch now. I believe it's up now. It should be up. I've seen it here. That it's up. Okay. So
Yes.
thank you. I don't know why it's no, it's not the lag. It's not the lag. It's I normally I share two screens at the same time, my trading view and the Chrome. So I don't know why it's not taking, but it's okay. So what I said is I see we took this low here. So you see that we have been buying ever since then. Okay. Now what I said is after this low was taken, as at this point, this previous week's candle was still taken again by the next week's candle, and you see that buys happened all the way to this place. So even if you don't want to hold the trade long term, there was still a short-term opportunity to grab something from here to this place. And this is a weekly time frame. So you know that there's a lot of money transfer between here and here. Is that okay? So now, moving forward, you see that we have been expanding. If you go to the line chart, you can see that the most recent expansion that happened is this guy. You see, this is the most recent expansion, or call it sweep, call it break of structure, whatever thing you like. Like I said, English is not trading. The main thing is application. If you speak plenty English, when you come here, you have to, tone it down and actually trade. Okay. Now on the daily, the reason why we are having a little bit of a pullback is called this guy. Let me show you. This guy is what's causing this. I like to use lines. Like I can still use rectangles, but I like to use lines. Okay, it just appeals to me more. I can draw it like this. Is that okay? At least you can see it. So you see this place, this is a key level. This is a key level. So we are still expecting higher prices, but for now, price will do what price will still play with here a bit. Why? See this place. This place was a resistance before. Price was here many times. Then it flipped around and used it as a what? As a support before it now flipped one more time. Then as if that was not enough, price did what? Price engineered this liquidity that is here. Or you can even call it trend line liquidity if you want to trace it to this guy. So that is why this place where we are currently may fund a little bit of a pullback. May fund a little bit of a pullback before we continue. So you see that the same way we analyze the currency, the same way we analyze the syntax. Like I said, what we're going to be bringing to you works on all platforms. Yeah, I don't really trade crypto, but I think on Sunday I just decided to check the SOL USDT chart, and then I saw a trade that actually played out on that Sunday. So you see that it works everywhere, and there's nothing to worry. If you trade crypto, if you trade syntax, if you trade forex, whatever you trade, stocks, futures, whatever, gold, it's the same thing. All right. So let's go to the 4 hours. So you see that the 4 hours currently is giving us like an expansion. See what I said, that this place that we are will fund a little bit of sell. And you see, so 4 hours is doing something like this. But you see, since we have been buying for a very long time, I wouldn't join this first one. I don't want to be the one to start the new trend. Let the new trend start. And we are sure that it's going to hold before we now continue. I don't know if you understand the idea now, so that you don't get caught up in there. Sometimes these things can give you some development, as if he wants to do something and he does the other one. That's why I'm not always in a hurry to start the trend. But if a trend wants to start, let it start. And then we'll just be doing what? We'll just be joining in until when it is done and wants to continue buying back. Is that okay? So that's that I wanted to show us for this guy. Let's to show us that's for vol 20. Okay. So please, we are waiting for this. If this sell wants to hold, it will give us another 4 hours expansion to the downside, and then we are going to enjoy. Okay. What's happening on 40? You see now, you see this thing I told you yesterday now, that 40 wants to come back to this place and sell. Can you see? 40 wants to come back to this expansion and sell. So if you are not on the 40 trade, this is an entry for you. This is an entry for you. Sorry. And then where are we going to again? We are going to this low. Okay. Can you see? So if you're not on 40 trade, here we are. Here we are. Let me see from the daily. You see, daily, that was a major key level on the daily time frame. You see, that was a major key level on the daily time frame. And then what happened on the 4 hours time frame, or still on that daily time frame, we are expanding, but the H4 gave us this thing. H4 gave us expansion here. So you see, this trade may not happen. It may happen today, may happen tomorrow. But the point is, this is a very nice place for 40 to come back and give us a re-entry. But this place has to close. Oh, let me see. I need this H4. This H4 back ahead. I need this H4 to close like this to confirm this break of structure. So you see, this candle is my break of structure candle. I need this H4 to confirm before we look to sell. So you see what we do here. If we analyze 4, at least you see that 2, 3 will give us what we want. You see? And then let's see 60. So 60 is coming back to this our key level area. You see? After we touch this our key level that we're looking at, this guy came from the weekly. This place wanted to sell from was from the weekly or buy from. You see? This place sits here. You see? Price was around there. 1, 2, tried to touch, went back, and then so on the daily now, we expanded very powerfully to the upside. So what is the last place that price really interacted with before that break of structure? Is it not this? Is it not this floor? Is it not this floor? Can you see? That is this floor now, Abi? So we can expect price to do what? We can expect price to trade back into this floor and then resume its duties. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. Okay, so that's the view that I'm having for vol 60. Okay, so that's that. Flip X1. Do I have anything for flip X1? Okay, the X1 is trying to retrace. It's trying to retrace into this discounted price. So this guy is serving as liquidity. It's trying to retrace. All right, it's trying to retrace. So let me see the 4 hours. It's just that now you are taking yesterday's low, so I'm being very careful now. You know, when you know what price does when it takes a low or when it takes a high. So maybe let's see how this candle behaves. This is not a bad place for the sales to resume from. Okay, enter there based on confirmation. And our synthetic traders in the house. Okay, but we know that the overall area we want price to come to is this guy. Okay, what's the time? Okay, we don't have time again. We don't have time again. Okay, this one we had a buy here that did about 2 hour plus. This buy here, but it's came back down. Something happened. You see, weekly inside we are still in this buying area. So anything buy in this place is very, very good for us. So we said that this week to previous week. So I'm looking for daily to expand. And the only expansion that I'm looking at will happen is here. So if you can get today to close like this, I can expect a pullback to a discounted price. Let me see if I can draw my fib. I don't have time. It seems I'm rushing. You know why? Because we need to leave the call for the next session. Okay, so this is where the expansion is happening. So when price drops into here, I will look for something to buy, and I think you should do same. Is that okay? But first of all, daily has to close like an expansion, or else you stay away. Okay? Moving on. Moving on. 3. Do we have anything for 3? 3 has left us. 3 flew. 3, I was analyzing. I was like, the guy has gone. The guy was supposed to touch here before falling, but he did his job. It's no problem. On to the next. Flip 4. I'm bullish on flip 4. I'm bullish on flip 4. From this weekly expansion, see, let me show you the line chart. From this weekly expansion here, you see. So what we just want is for daily. You see that daily has aligned. So what I want is for a proper behavior on the 4 hours time frame. Let the 4 hours come and take all this structure. All this sideways market is not good for me. When we want to officially start the move, we are going to buy Flip X for very well for a long time. Okay. And then the last one is 5. 5, I don't think I have. Okay. So 5, where did we come from for 5? Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so there is a fully bullish engulfing candle on flip 5 after we took here, after we took this low. You see, price giving fully bullish. So please don't enter blindly. Don't enter blindly. Let the 1 hour or 30 minutes give you a reason to take the buy, and then this is a good opportunity for my synthetic guys in the house to join. Okay, so I thank you, everyone. I cannot do a shout out again due to time, but it's been a good session with you. We'll see tomorrow. So have a nice day and have a lovely week. Goodbye, everyone.